No, I'm useless.
No, don't say that. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Thursday. We're still dealing with the fallout from Sony's big PlayStation 5 conference yesterday.
Sony finally revealed the launch dates and prices for its new console and its disc-free buddy, its sidekick. And we got to see several games coming to the PS5.
Boy.
Child.
Such as Boy 2.
Boy.
But there's also a lot that Sony didn't tell us or that they got wrong. So let's try to clear up what's true and what's not.
First up, pre-orders. A giant mess. They were supposed to start today, but then lots of retailers like Walmart, Target, and Best Buy started taking them almost immediately after yesterday's presentation, leading to a mad scramble. It also just seemed very unfair.
Yeah, some people noticed that their PS5s were being taken out of their cart before they could finish the transaction. That would be funny if it really happened in a store, like, oh, this is not for
it's
you.
the Black Friday experience.
Others managed to successfully pre-order and then had theirs canceled.
So Amazon here in the US opened up pre-orders shortly before midnight and, of course, sold out. And pretty much everywhere else is empty too, although Walmart apparently said it'll have more stock in a few days on September 22nd.
The whole problem is that the retailers disagreed with what Sony wanted, so there was no way to keep everyone in line and everyone in agreement. I don't know what they were even supposed to do.
All of this is especially rich considering that in July, PlayStation Worldwide marketing head Eric Lempel told Jeff Keighley that they would give gamers plenty of advance notice. He added, it's not going to happen with a minute's notice.
It happened in a minute's
It
notice.
happened at a minute's notice, yeah.
It did. So that's one mess. We've got more disappointments to talk about. In a blog post that went up after the presentation, Sony broke one more piece of bad news. Apparently next-gen games will cost $70.
Sony Interactive Entertainment president Jim Ryan said that Sony's own Worldwide Studios titles will be priced $49.99 to $69.99 on the PS5.
Jim, you're my least favorite Jim. Now, I like the Jim from The Office, even though he's so mean to Dwight.
Shout out to making it $69.
Nice.
Bless you, Zach.
Those $70 games on launch day will include the Demon's Souls remake, the vehicle combat game Destruction All-Stars, the Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales, which will include a PS5 remaster of the original game, which I'm weirdly stoked about, and Sackboy: A Big Adventure.
Now, to be fair, this isn't the first time we've seen a publisher experiment with a $70 price tag. Back in July, the publisher 2K announced that NBA 2K21 would be $70 on next-gen consoles, which set off a flurry of speculation that would be the new normal.
And Strauss Zelnick, who is the CEO of 2K's parent company, Take-Two Interactive, defended the price hike in an interview with Protocol, saying that games haven't seen a frontline price increase for nearly 15 years, and production costs have gone up 200 to 300%. Actually, you are all very lucky, and you should remember how lucky you were.
It looks like Con is reading, but I would just like to be clear that they are not. That's not a real quote. Just a vibe.
He added that games today are much more robust content-wise, saying, we deliver a much bigger game for $60 or $70 than we delivered for $60 10 years ago. The opportunity to spend money online is completely optional, and it's not a free-to-play title. It's a complete, incredibly robust experience, even if you never spend another penny after your initial purchase.
But we've put a significant amount of research into trying to manipulate you to figure out the ways that you will feel most comfortable spending more money.
You're my least favorite Strauss now, okay, Strauss Zelnick? Sorry.
Really going for everyone here. But by the same token, it's also sort of not a good look to be raising prices during a global pandemic. The timing of this is just super off, and for Sony, it's sort of an even worse look considering Microsoft is obviously going the other way, making day one releases available on Game Pass, making them, quote unquote free. It's not free, you are paying for a subscription, but it feels free.
Yeah, Microsoft has been trying to emphasize value when it comes to the Xbox Series X, and if Sony's raising prices on games at the same time, then that really underscores Microsoft's point. Meanwhile, though, Sony seems intent on doing things the old-fashioned way, selling you one game at a time for as much as it can. We'll talk more about that in a second, but first, let's talk about Upstart.
During these economically turbulent times, everyone's looking for a way to feel more financially secure, so if you're still needlessly throwing money every month at high-interest credit card debt, it's time you checked out Upstart, the revolutionary online lending platform that knows you're more than just a credit score. Now is the time to find out how low your Upstart rate can be to help pay off high-interest credit card debt. Unlike other lenders, Upstart can reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter rate. You don't need a degree or diploma to apply, though. Upstart lets you skip going to the bank because it's completely online. They offer loans from $1,000 to $50,000, so you can consolidate your debt into one easy fixed-rate payment. Upstart makes it fast and simple to check your rate. Since it's just a soft pull, it won't affect your credit score. The hard pull happens if you accept your rate and proceed with your application. The best part, if the loan is is approved and accepted, most people get their funds the very next business day. Over 400,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards or meet their financial goals. Free yourself from the burden of high-interest credit card debt and get back to using your money your way with Upstart. See why Upstart has a 4.9 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot, and hurry to upstart.com/inside to find out how low your Upstart rate can be. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes. That's upstart.com/inside. Your loan amount will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Not all applicants will qualify for the full amount. Again, hurry to upstart.com/inside to find out how low your Upstart rate can be. Thank you for sponsoring today's show.
Okay, back to Sony and their old-fashioned business model. They're definitely sticking to it for the next generation. In an interview with GamesIndustry.biz, SIE's Jim Ryan said that they have no plans to make their own Game Pass-like service.
He said, "For us, having a catalog of games is not something that defines a platform. Our pitch, as you've heard, is new games, great games."
Regarding Game Pass, he said at Sony, "We are not going to go down the road of putting new releases titles into a subscription model. These games cost many millions of dollars, well over 100 million to develop. We just don't see that as sustainable."
What happened to your accent there? That was you just totally became another person.
What are you talking about, Zach? It's Alana Pierce from Inside Gaming, of Inside Gaming fame.
That's how I got famous.
And you're welcome.
Then again, it's clear that Sony responded in a way to Game Pass with its PS Plus collection, which is basically a collection of PS4's greatest hits that will be available for PS5 players at no additional cost, as long as you're already a PS Plus subscriber. Ryan said that the great first-party IPs are all there, the great partner titles, and we'd say that if you are new to PlayStation, or if you didn't have a PS4 but are getting a PS5, and you're taking out a PS Plus subscription, you're basically getting PS4 there for the price of the subscription.
But it's a very finite selection of games, so
Yeah.
saying you're getting a PS4 is a little weird. But speaking of the PS4, Ryan also said that some of the next-gen games will also be available on the current console. Ryan said in a blog post that, "We know that the PS4 community will transition to PS5 at different times. And with that in mind, Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Horizon Forbidden West will also launch on the PS4 too. We will gingerly drag you kicking and screaming into the next gen."
He added, "While these 3 games were designed to take advantage of PS5 and its unique next-gen features like the ultra-high-speed SSD and DualSense controller, PS4 owners will also be able to enjoy these experiences when they launch."
It does make sense though, the PS4 is an all-time bestseller, an extremely popular console, and Sony doesn't want to give up that install base of players just yet. Obviously they want you to
Yes.
play those games on a shiny new PS5, but they want the games in as many hands as possible.
Preach!
Who else is gonna get 2 different versions of Miles Morales?
Yes, Alana, yes!
Connor, like, you make me feel so good.
Yes!
I wonder if this is going to happen for the Xbox, this pre-order insanity.
I would say almost definitely yes. I feel like it's just going to be a clusterfuck.
Sony, please, for God's sake, send us consoles. Xbox, same thing.
Jim, I'm sorry about everything I said.
We love you, Jim.
We love you, Jim, and we would like 4 PS5s.
We would, yes.
Speaking of the PS5 launch, Sony says that the launch day lineup from SIE Worldwide Studios will include the Demon's Souls remake, Destruction All-Stars, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sackboy A, Big Adventure, and Astro's Playroom.
Yes, Astro, yes!
There was also some confusion about whether or not some of the games Sony showed off yesterday will also be coming to PC. Despite a trailer claiming that Demon's Souls will be coming to PC and other consoles, a Sony representative later told Kotaku that the trailer was a mistake and it's only coming to the PS5. They pulled down the trailer, actually, and put it back up.
That is so funny because their phrasing was also really careful. They're not actually saying it's not coming to PC. They're just like, it was an error, aka we didn't mean to publish that it was coming to PC.
Oh, and remember they said that Final Fantasy 16 would be coming to PC? Well, it looks like they're walking that back too, sort of. Square Enix told Gematsu that they have no further information on if FF16 will be released on platforms other than the PS5.
Careful phrasing, no further information, aka you already have the information.
So is it coming to the PC or not?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I would expect those to be timed. I don't know that third-party exclusives even really exist anymore.
Yeah, well, industry analyst Piers Harding Rolls later tweeted that the game is full exclusive for 6 months, after which it can come to non-console platforms, and a console exclusive version for 12 months, after which it can also come to other consoles.
Imagine your name being
Piers Harding Rolls.
Harding
It's pretty
Rolls.
good.
Sounds like a dessert that's savory.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, this whole thing makes a lot of sense, and at any rate, while yesterday's PS5 presentation got a lot of attention, I absolutely loved it. It was like my favorite of all of the conferences we've seen so far. It does seem like at least one day later, there was some misinformation represented for sure. Nothing major, but the little details are adding up, and it's a lot to stay on top of.
We just finished watching Sony's big old presentation, and we're here to recap all the news that happened.
News sometimes do be happening.
News do be happening.
And you're a journalist, so you can say that. I can't say that kind of
Look,
stuff.
I'm not anymore. I just studied journalism and did it for 7 years. I like to say I'm retired. That world's
Just
behind
go with it. Just
okay?
go with it.
But the headline, not to get all journalism-y,